Hi all, welcome to another little blog here in the bespoke world of tailoring. Now I'm just finishing off a jacket for a customer. I've just basted the sleeve in. Now when you've got checks, you've always got to match up the front and the back usually of the sleeve if you cut it correctly. Now you can see here, because I've only tacked it in, which we call basted in the trade, you've got to match up the exact. You can see the stripe going across has got to match the stripe going on the sleeve. It's got to match exactly, and here as well, it's got to match exactly there. Now I do this section by hand, so this will be backstitched by hand. And in some companies in London, Savile, they say, oh, they stitch their sleeves in by hand. It's stronger. They use silk thread, but that's a bit of a contentious kind of statement they're making there, because you know, a machine stitch has got a top thread and a bottom thread, so it interlocks, and it's a very strong thread, especially if you're using 80s, whatever threads you are using. So there's a bit of a debate there, but I think it's a traditional thing they do. They don't question why they're doing it. It's an old traditional thing. They said it's a lot stronger, but I kind of disagree. Now, what I do say, which a great tailor told me about this, which I agree with him. When you're stitching by hand, it helps because you've got ease in the sleeve as you put it around. There's quite a bit of ease as you put it around, then you shrink it out afterwards. So when you're hand stitching the sleeve in by hand, matching up the checks, it will actually retain where the ease has gone in and where the fullness has gone in. So it won't move as you're stitching it, so it will secure it as you're going around. So that's why I'll hand stitch this by hand where the checks are. Because a machine, on a lock stitch machine, the feed dog will actually pull the bottom layer through, and it's liable to push that sleeve down or up, depending on which direction you are sewing. So it can offset the check and you'll be in trouble. It will pull the check out of position. So this is why I hand stitch around the checks, because you've got more control and you're controlling the actual ease and the fullness in the sleeve itself. So it will retain where you've actually basted it in and tacked it in. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll get back to you when it's finished. Thanks. Ciao for now.